guys, welcome back. Just want to put out a message out there to never give up. Times are still a little bit crazy, or a lot crazy. Things are still happening out there. I hope everyone stays safe above everything else, but continue to apply pressure. The mission has not been completed yet, right? So we want to make sure that we continue to apply pressure. We continue to fight for what is right, and for what is rightfully ours. And above all, just stay safe, stay black, stay beautiful, and keep fighting.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany, and I'm a career coach and podcaster. Welcome to Dream Talks.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice.
It's a pleasure to have you for sure.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
I mean, people don't know the backstory, but you know, when I used to work in a community center, you were a coach and a mentor to me. So now it's like it's coming around a full circle, and I'm here to get you to, I guess, promote, you know, what I got going on.
Yes.
Because you are a powerful, sensational young lady. So it's definitely an honor to have you on board.
Yes, I'm honored to be here at Dream Talks with Kenny. Yes, I did work at Pink House Community Center, and I was security guard. Also a mentor, career coach at the same time at a young age. So it's been a while.
So would you like to, I guess, give a backstory of like what you got going on, you know, what you do? Just tell us what you got going on.
So currently what I'm doing right now, I'm a career coach and podcaster. So I'm the CEO of Vibe Career Services. And also I have my podcast called Journey. So basically it just provides strategies to help professionals and job seekers on how to succeed and motivate them to live their dreams. I think that's the biggest thing we can do to help people just accomplish their goals.
Absolutely. And it's crazy that you do that because, like I mentioned before, that's something that you've been, not just for myself, but like the other young people who were working there, and you know, like we were knuckleheads and stuff like that, but it's like you always had the right word and the right approach to help us be in a better situation. So how did you manage to, I guess, carry that on throughout? Because that was, what, 2011?
Yeah.
2011, so in 2020 now, how did you manage to carry on for so long?
Well, because when I was young, everyone knows this, like when I was young, I always been passionate about helping people succeed. And I started in the workforce development at an early age, you know, helping people find jobs, like when I was like, 12 years old, you know, just going, looking for work, helping people find work, helping their parents find work. And because of that, you know, we face economic hardship, people said, you know, professional hardships, and it's just like you see people can't get what they want, or they're struggling to pay bills, and they're doing this, you gotta tell your child no. And I didn't like it, so I was just like, I have to help these people get to where they need to be, as well as I'm doing for myself. So I have to set that example and treat people how you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't treat people how you want to be treated, and then you're not going to get the outcome that you want.
Absolutely. So I guess from the outside looking in, if I were to come to you, Miss Tiffany, what about your product or your company that will benefit me? What would be the answer to that?
My company will benefit anyone based on value. So Vibe is actually standing for value, integrity, believe, and educate. So I make sure that I value those who I serve and provide the valuable experience that's needed to help them succeed on their journey, right? So I wouldn't treat them or do anything or try to, like, you know, over, you know, people try to get over on you, and integrity, that's where it comes in. I believe in like the people I help and support. So not only do you believe in others, you know, you have to believe in yourself, but I truly believe in the customers that I serve, and you need someone to believe in you as well, because that kind of motivates you. You see people who don't have that person believe in them, so they won't even, yeah, you can believe in yourself, but it's always good to have someone else or have some, you know, that support that's needed. And educating people, you know, on the stuff that they are not paying attention to. There's so many new trends happening in each industry, so many changes, you know, we're going through a pandemic, so it's like, it's just so much happening, but that experience is so epic. You know, people who have that experience is going to be ecstatic, like, you know what, I came and I was kind of down, and now look, I was able to accomplish this, that, and also start my own stuff. And that's the goal. You know, you want people to be successful in their careers, but also it's like, okay, even if I'm working somewhere, I'm going to work on my own dream as well and be able to accomplish that. So if anyone comes to Vibe, it's always a great experience.
And amen to that. what kind of results have you, I guess, had, or what kind of results do you look to, I guess, throughout working with somebody, what kind of results do you look for?
The results I look for is because I'm always big on, I want everyone to accomplish what we have planned out,
Right.
but it's always to take it to that next level of doing the impossible, because some people are like, I don't think I could do that, I don't think I could do that, and I always love showing them that they can do that. And that's always like, to show them that part, that will be so epic to me all the time, because you know, there's certain doubts in our mind that people face, and just making sure they see that it's always possible, there's always a way. I was raised up, and I go by a slogan all the time, to every law there's a loop, and you need to find that. You know, people feel like, oh, it's just only one way, and it's really not only one way, it's so many ways to actually get things done.
What would you say is your biggest inspiration to do this?
My biggest inspiration was actually when I was young. I was, you know, my parents wasn't able to, I was supposed to be a ballerina. Crazy that sounds, but I really was. And, you know, being told no, that they couldn't afford to get me into those classes, it really was like, what? You know? But overall, it was like, now, you know, I'm making sure that not only am I able to get what I need and still make sure, you know, I could take ballet classes on the side now and still make everything happen. And I want that to have, and having my peers at the time and older people too facing this experience with me at a young age, seeing it so young, caused me on down this path.
So with that experience, because I think a lot of people, entrepreneurs such as yourself, we hear the word no a lot, and like we're forced to make something work out of nothing. So like, I guess in comparison to what you were just talking about, how do you, I guess, provide a method to the people who they want to do it, you know, they want to go for what they want to go for, but there's no. That didn't stop you.
No.
How do you, I guess, relay that to the people who are out there trying to really do it?
Honestly, you know, not only myself but others, some people just embrace those no's and allow them to keep. You're gonna hear a lot of no's before you hear yes, and they always say that. And trust me, it gets discouraged sometimes. You keep hearing no. The goal is to understand that you may hear a no, and expect that always, but always think positive. So no matter what, if you hear a no, don't think it's because they didn't want you. Don't think it's because, hey, you know, maybe I'm not the right fit. That's not the case, because someone may say no right now because maybe they can't afford you at the moment. Maybe they can't do this at the moment. Maybe, you know, you're not supposed to be on the path to do work and business with them to begin with. And you have to understand that, because you know, coaching people and helping them and back into the workforce, they are heard no's all the time when it comes down to this job didn't exact me this job. And you got to understand that each employer, each hiring manager is all different. They go for personalities, and sometimes if you're not a good fit, and you want to make sure you are a good fit. So if you guys are not, the connection is not there, then I don't know if I really want to be there anyways.
Sure.
But you want to just have that plan to know, hey, these are my 5 companies I want to go for. This is the 5 connections I want to build. If this doesn't work out with these 3, at least I have these 2. You know, you always want to make sure you have like more than one set up. So if you hear no from one, you can't be like, that's it. You should have more set up that's connected to what you love to do. Like I always tell people, what's those 5 dream jobs or companies you always want to work for? So if you get no from this one, because at the moment they may not be hiring, or they may not be able to still start it right now, but they're going to come back around. You'll see. It's always going to come back around.
So preparation.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what does failure look like in this instance? Like, what would you consider failure?
I would consider failure for what I do, and I experienced it before, and it really hit me hard when I see people that I helped on their journey with like training them, and they come back to me and did not accomplish anything. That hit me so hard, because I felt like I failed them in a way where it's like, you did not accomplish one thing. That's a big failure to me. You know, as a coach, it's like, you know, what's going on? You know, training people, starting over again, like what I have not done. But it challenged me to start challenging them more. Like if you was to meet me again, you are gonna let me know what you accomplished. Like it's at least 5 things. But now just starting Vibe and just on my own career coaching stuff, it's just more better, because I'm meeting people who's more ambitious, more driven, who want to get things done. But if I do meet people who face like economic hardship, or they're going back and they're not working, they're unemployment, is those people need step as a process with them. They just can't jump back and be like, oh, I got it right now.
Right.
So you got to understand that they may not jump right away and get their all their goals accomplished, but if they get one certification, you know, showing those steps, that's like, okay, yeah. But if I failed you and you come back and you're like, I didn't do anything, it's like, I need to tap into something actually to see what's not motivating you or what's going on.
Right. Now, would you be able to, I guess, elaborate more on that one particular failure? Because I think that, you know, people hearing it from another source, it's like, it could still be uplifting in a way, because even though they were stopped, you found some way, I found a way collectively to get through it. So would you be able to touch on that?
Okay, so I had a few, I would say, customers that came back to me. I was working with a company one time, and I was basically a job readiness trainer. And they came back and they was just back in my classroom, right? Doing absolutely nothing. So when I seen it, I had to start asking questions, not the same way. It's not about, you know, it's about how you ask things, and you have to use motivational interviewing techniques to really tap into see what's really going on that I missed. But seeing them sit there and still sad and depressed and they didn't accomplish anything, it's failing. You know, not only for them, but for myself as well, to see if they didn't do that. It could be personal things that people go through that they're not talking about. You know, we keep it professional. We always say do this, do that, but it's like, what's that person really going through? You don't know what they're going through. You know, someone is losing a loved one behind scenes. Someone is, you know, you don't know their sleeping situation, sleeping on trains. You know, got to run to use like, you know, outdoor public bathrooms just to clean up, to not, you know, the shamefulness, and then the setbacks to even walk in certain places breaks people. So it's hard for them to even acknowledge or just say, you know what, this is hurting me. So they won't accomplish things yet, because that process of mentally, like, I became this far in my career and now I gotta walk through certain doors to ask for help. You know, some people don't want to ask for help, but to let them know, it's in, you know, those experience, to see people fail like that or not really get back up, it's just really just sad, because you want to create more success stories and you want to see people succeed. And if you do not tap into what's the real main problem issue, you'll see them back again.
Absolutely.
And that is just failing them, and you don't want that to happen.
Absolutely. And I think just now, like that touched me personally, as far as like being in a mental space and having to check into so many places, but come back to that reality, it's different. So it's like, you try to do that, you try to take a deep breath, but it's you still got to deal with it. And I think for yourself, and I know definitely for me, those are the kind of people that we are looking to save, so to speak. How do we do it? Like I know you just said it. I know you just said it.
How do we do it is we don't give up on them, and we don't give up
Absolutely.
on finding different strategies to help them. Like I'm a big, everybody know I'm big on research and finding resources to help people. Like, this resource didn't help you, I'm gonna find like 10 different ones. We're gonna find a way to get out of that. And the goal is to not give up or quit on people. It's so many services out there, and you just gotta really like listen to people, because they're telling you something, but you gotta truly listen. And if you're not listening to what's really going on with them and what's stopping them, and just understand there's a process with certain people. Some people are quicker than others and some are not. But those who we're trying to save, who are really like you know, it's hard to get to them, they will remember it. They will come back. Trust me. I've seen it happen. Like, I remember telling a story. I was training someone and he was so stubborn. Like, he didn't want the help. He didn't want anything. And I love playing games. Everyone knows, if he was trained by me, we had like Jenga, puzzles. I love all those different games I would put in. And the games, he will always see everything negative, right? So it was months down the line, he comes back down and he said, I'm going to speak to you. So I was like, you want to speak to me? You was the tough one to get a hard one in my class. Just discouraging me. And he comes back and he's like, no. You said to me that you believed in me. And it only took that line to really have him. Because it was tough, you know. I guess he was really big on starting his own business. He was, you know, meeting people who were big celebrities. And to sit here and I gotta come here you know, it was tough. But the fact that I said I believe that he will be able to start his own business, but he has to be willing to actually start working that connects his dream to also protect it. And he ended up not only getting his security license, certifications, and everything, and the company that he was with is also going to help him have his pistol permanent license. So he was just super excited, but also he's a director. So I was like, you know what, I believe you will continue to make and create, and you just got to know how to network and stuff like that. So he came back and like gave me all this, but it was tough because it was hard in the beginning. He was like heads on, like nope, no. But they'll end up coming back around. So you just gotta believe in that. Like that's why, you know, Vibe is believing, just knowing that it's gonna happen.
Absolutely. Salute to him for that.
Yeah, that's
Salute
super
to you, for
excited.
sure.
I was shocked.
What is exceeding expectations to you?
So like just like the example I just mentioned, exceeding that, right? I could just say go get that security guard job and that's it. But I believe more in that for him. It's just not that. You have a dream. So exceeding it is not, hey, not only did they get this job that they want to make an X amount of figures, but did they start going after their dream and creating their own and building their legacy as well. I'm always big for that. Like, yeah, I value so much. If you come and say, hey, I'm just looking to be coach in my career for this job, no, you're going to have to also accomplish more. This is for your legacy, this is for your family, this is for your community, this is so bigger than just us. So to let them see that and see them go after it, that's just exceeding it. Because like, I only came here for one thing. I'm doing one thing, and now I'm like running my own stuff. I'm doing this as well, and also supporting because being a civic leader, you still want to find ways to give back, and you know it's always important to find different ways. And I tell people when I was teaching this, you know, being civic leader is not as always about you got to hand out money, you have to do this. It could be just a recommendation. It could be something small, holding the door. You know, it's the little things that makes an impact and that counts.
So, with that being said, what would you say, I guess, was like the highest point of you having your own business and career? Like, what would you say was like that point was like, yeah, this is actually gonna happen. It's going.
It's going. Honestly, I say it was going for me when I started setting those examples and pushing myself more to motivate the other people that was looking at me. And when I became like started training people, I was like, okay, I gotta set more examples. And what happened was I was like using LinkedIn and someone asked me to be on their show. So I was like, wow, right? But it's an up and down crazy experience with this. I get on this show and I didn't have no social media at all. I wasn't on that, right? So I only had LinkedIn at the time. And they asked me to provide my contact or how can people connect with me, and I gave out my number on this live show.
Oh, man.
So embarrassed.
Man.
They called me after, like, you just gave me your number.
No way.
It was like, but that experience taught me that I need to be even more prepared. And that's when I knew my moment of I have to create something even more and set a bigger example. And that's when the career just took off because I was just more determined. I ended up, you know, having my business name, creating on social media platforms. So it was like, next show, this mistake will not happen again. And I went back on the show and I was like, hey, now you guys can connect with me. But yeah, I told the story like in the class, they all laughed, but it also motivated them to like, oh, what show I can get on to kind of build those networks and connections. It was just so fun, but yeah, embarrassing stories.
I mean, we can laugh at it now.
Yeah.
What is something, I guess, that you look at yourself and it's like, if I make this adjustment, then I could be here? What is something that I guess you look at yourself and it's like, I could tweak that a little bit?
Okay, so I do that on a day-to-day basis because I'm always, every day I ask myself what I have not done to be able to accomplish more that I want. And that question every day to me makes me do things that I haven't done, like every day. So for example, I wasn't really promoting my business because I have more things I would like to create for it and to get it going, right? Marketing more. So I think my numbers for my business page on Facebook was really low. Like I didn't even promote it. I didn't even send out the like, hey, like my page because it was holding me back for some reason because I felt like I should be able to have more. I should do this more. And I'm like, no, I already have it. So telling myself that I already have it I just kept going out and just started hitting, send out my business page, send out this, let's get it going. So every day I keep looking at areas, what I have not taught myself, what I have not done to be able to accomplish more for what I'm creating, right? And also being, keeping my mind broad, because there's so many different changes going on that you have to be able to, I would say evolve in a way, and also like making sure you implement certain things into what you're creating, so you can stay up and be able to tap into each individual and making sure you're making an impact across the board.
Absolutely. From just based off what you telling me and what I know about you, like I said, it's a lot. So, but I feel like the success will come in bundles, because like you're touching the soul, the minds, the heart of people, and that's something that a lot of people can't do, right? So when you have, I guess, those successful moments, how do you manage to allow yourself to feel it before you get right back into it?
So it was hard at first, because I didn't know I was like, people would come back like, oh, because of you I'm going back to school, because I was just like, okay, it's my job, right? And I didn't understand it as much or accept it at that time. But then when I realized it, I was watching like this video with Oprah, and she was saying what Maya Angelou told her about, your legacy is the people lives you touch. Right. And then I started remembering every people who came back into my event told me, because of you, I'm doing this now, or I started my own business now. I'm like, wow, I actually been helping them take it more and beyond. So just always staying humble while I hear my success story. So I accept it, and I just I would if someone tell me, hey, because of you now I created this or did this, now I take that in, I view it, and just make sure I have that story right there, and just be thankful for that experience. Like, I actually was able to help someone, and then it's like, okay, what else I can do now to make sure I'm exceeding even more than what I just did for this person. So it's always to take myself to that, or take the other persons to the next level that they need, and that's just what I think about, and making sure. But you always want to make sure you acknowledge those success stories, because it's, those little small ones, because you're right, it comes with doses. Those little small ones, all add up, because there's more to come.
Absolutely. I guess if someone were to come to you and they were to ask you, what is DreamHouses? What would be your response?
I would say DreamHouses is basically where people are feeling comfortable. It's like coming home, right? But also an environment where you're living your dreams, right? It's like having that luxury lifestyle, your dream house, and you come in and it's like, oh my God, this is everything I ever wanted. It's that environment that you got this good feeling, this loving feeling, this positive energy, and that's what DreamHouses mean to me. And just always knowing that no matter what is going on in this world or life, or any obstacles or what we face, being, just having that dream house and being involved with it always is going to keep you motivated and keep going.
I felt that one.
I felt that one. I might have to change my business statement and everything. But this interview was definitely I feel like I needed it, because it's like, when you hear certain things from certain people, it touches you in a different way.
Yeah.
So to see that you're literally managing lives as well as yours, and still have the mindset and the mentality that you have, it's a blessing. And I'm truly grateful and humbled to be able to be a recipient from it. So I guess before we end it, is there anything, because you gave a lot of gems, there's gems for days that you provided, but is there anything that you want to leave with the people before we end it?
I would say to everyone who's listening and watching, because we are with Dream Talks, just know that all your dreams can actually be accomplished. You can keep on dreaming. And I remember talking to someone, this is not about once you accomplish one dream or one goal. You want to make sure you keep going after more and doing more and expanding it. Just know we believe in you, I believe in you, and there's just so much more that you can do than just what you're currently doing.
Absolutely. And now you can tell people about your no numbers this time. You can tell them what you got going on.
Yes,
Instagram is
everyone.
about social
You
media.
all can connect with me on Vibe Career Services. Once again, my name is Tiffany K. Evans for those on LinkedIn. Yes, I have my shirts, my brand, but today I'm rocking DreamHouses again. It's a wonderful experience to be here. You guys are gonna love it. I welcome anyone to actually come on the show. It's amazing, and it's just for those who just really want more and keep going. So.
You want to tell them about season 2, or you want to hold off on it? Or
Yes, everyone. So season 1 for Journey Podcast that I'm actually a podcaster for is about to close. Soon it's going to end in a few. And yes, I will have Kitty on the show before it closes because season 2 is going to be coming next year. It will be epic, more video content, more guest speakers on the show where we'll all be together. I welcome anyone who want to be on the show as well. This is about sharing your journey, letting us know what obstacles you have overcome and strategies you do, so we can always support. This is about supporting and coming together with one another. So if you want to be on the show, do not forget to connect with me on Vibe Career Services and just, inbox me or send me an email.
Amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Zero fear. I shed some tears and lost some people that can reappear. I just begun already, one just know the end is near. Listen, say. Thanks to Kenny for all the words that he gave me. He gave me his 2 pennies. He says that I needed saving. This one for the family. Man, he done see me damaged. Understanding we ain't average. We moved to a different planet. We panic.